Ramadan is literally days away, and unless you want to waste hundreds of thousands of good deeds and pass up on the chances of attaining the highest ranks in Jannah, then drop everything and pay close attention to what I'm about to tell you in this video. First things first, the most important thing is to check your intentions. Every action is judged based upon our intentions, and even if you somehow aren't able to perform a good deed, if you had a genuine intention to do so, then inshallah you will still get rewarded for it. Ramadan is literally like a halal steroid. It allows us to make insane gains when it comes to our iman, because literally every single good deed is multiplied by at least 10 times, and especially on the night of Laylatul Qadr, it is reported that it is worth 83 years. So just imagine what a single good deed can do for you. Imagine the amount of barakah that awaits you. That's why you need to make sure your intentions are pure, and you need to be doing your best to strive towards becoming the best Muslim that you can be. Make sure that every action you take is for the sake of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and it takes you one step closer to achieving the ultimate goal, Jannah. In Ramadan, you're gonna have so much more free time because you're in a fasted state. This means that you're actually gonna be more conscious and more aware of everything that's going on in your life. So with this newfound free time, you'll actually be able to know what you have to do, and you'll be able to make the most of it without the fear of procrastination, because the devil is literally locked up for the entire month. There's literally no excuse for failure in the month of Ramadan. Now the next thing you need to do is write down a list of mandatory tasks that must be completed every single day, no matter what. So just to help you get started, I'm going to share with you a couple of examples, and of course you can always add and adapt as you see fit. 5 times daily salah in the masjid as much as possible, if you're a man of course. Reading X amount of Quran. So if your goal is to complete the Quran in the month of Ramadan, you should be aiming to read on average 20 pages a day. Attending Taraweeh as much as possible, because remember, the more time we spend getting closer to Allah, the more opportunities there are to get closer to what we desire. Going to the gym consistently. Remember, the strong believer is better than the weak believer. Dedicating X amount of time towards your work or your business, or if you're still in education, your studies. I know a lot of you have exams coming up. So making sure that you're always dedicating a certain amount of time towards bettering yourself and building your future is especially important. And last but not least, being present and spending more time with your loved ones. Now that's just a few bullet points, and like I said, you can add more in, you can take some out, but these are all things which I personally believe should be on every single one of your lists. Now I'm most likely going to be spending this Ramadan in my hometown, Glasgow in Scotland, for those of you who don't know, so that I can fulfill my obligations towards my family just by being with them, spending more time with my loved ones. And so over here, the fasts are going to be roughly 13 to 14 hours. Now, when I was a kid, I used to try to sleep as much of this as possible, but I've realized now that that actually defeats the purpose, and it throws you off your game, and it can actually weaken your iman. Instead, what you want to do is try to build your own personal schedule, built around your capabilities, and of course, build it around your salah, because this is the most optimized way to live as proven by the sunnah. So just to give you guys a rough idea of how you can go about planning your schedule, I'm going to share with you my intended schedule for the month of Ramadan. So inshallah, this is what I'm going to be aiming to follow every single day. Firstly, making sure to attend Taraweeh, because like I said earlier, the more time we spend on ibadah and getting closer to Allah, the more easy that Allah will make it for us to get closer to our desires. Then I'll be heading home and getting some rest before I start to prepare to go to the gym, because I'll be fully rested and I'll have all the energy I need to train and push myself to my maximum capacities. And then after I'm done with the gym, I would head home for sahur, for fajr, and then I would rest again, and then that's when my day would start. So I would start my day by dedicating my energy towards earning and making halal money so that I can reach my personal targets and achieve my personal goals. Now, because I run my own businesses, I have, alhamdulillah, full control over my own free time. So my intention is to make sure I'm praying every single salah in the masjid. But of course, life can always throw its obstacles and hurdles in the way. And if by some reason I'm not able to make it to the masjid and I have to pray at home or somewhere else, then I'll do so. And I won't complain, and I won't let it mentally affect me, because the younger me would get very worked up by small things like this. But you just need to relax, because we plan, and remember, Allah plans, and He is the best of planners. Then when we get closer to Maghrib and Iftar, I'll be trying to spend as much time as possible with my family and with my loved ones. Now, this year I've actually taken an interest in learning how to cook, so inshallah my intention is to try help out as much as possible in the kitchen wherever I can. And I know that's gonna sound crazy to you alpha sigma males out there, but honestly you guys can just go do one. If you cannot support the women in your family by all means necessary, you do not have the right to call yourself a man. And then after Maghrib, after I've ate and before Isha, that's the time where I'm gonna be aiming to try to spend time reading the Quran, learning more, and inshallah I wanna try to memorize some more new surahs, because honestly speaking, that's an area of my deen which I'm actually severely lacking in right now. So that's basically what I intend to follow. And I know it doesn't fit every single one of your schedules, but inshallah you've gained some more enlightenment and understanding from this video, and inshallah you can go ahead and build your own schedule, and inshallah this Ramadan will be very beneficial for all of us. If you did take any sort of value or any sort of benefit from this video, all I ask is please share this with your friends and your family so we can all share in the rewards of spreading good deeds and positivity. And just before we end this video, I'm gonna have a dua pop up on the screen, which I hope most of you should already know, where we're basically acknowledging the fact that there is the possibility that we may not live to see Ramadan. So we are making dua and we're calling upon Allah and asking for Him to give us the opportunity to make it to the blessed month of Ramadan.